So welcome to the next episode of Is That Covered? Paul Lytle.
Melvin Hardison.
So this is the show where a couple of insurance guys like to pick apart usually nerdy movies and find some really obscure scene and think, if an insurance adjuster were to happen upon this situation, what would they do? Because this is what we do for fun, right?
Exactly. This is can't help but look at any situation and wonder that, and this is the most fun for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what's coming out this weekend, man? Anything good? Anything noteworthy?
I think it's a Star Wars story.
Oh, wait a minute! But we just had episode 7.
The Paul Lytle Insurance Agency is proud to present another episode of Is That Covered? The show that looks at outrageous situations and tries to determine what an insurance adjuster would do if deciding coverage.
So, as you've probably guessed, based on the types of movies that we review, we like nerdy stuff. And Star Wars is one of the great nerd pleasures of all time.
Yes.
So, remember when we did our Doctor Strange video, it was one of those rare occasions where both of us had seen a movie in opening weekend. Now, I haven't asked you this yet, but I have my tickets already. Are you going this weekend?
I will not be going this weekend.
So what are
because I have to work this weekend.
It's not entirely my fault. If we're not both watching this movie, what are we going to talk about?
Bum, 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 bum. In Return of the Jedi, our heroes go to the planet Endor to disable the shield generator that is protecting the Death Star. On their way, they happen upon a group of stormtroopers who are patrolling on their speeders. They are spotted, and they are forced to act. Stealing one of the speeders, a high-speed chase ensues through the forested environment, which proves to be a very incompatible place for the high speeds of the speeders. All the vehicles are lost, as well as the lives of the troopers. The lives of the rebels, though, are saved.
Okay, so that's kind of an interesting situation.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that movie. And
I thought you didn't like that. No, we're not going to get into that.
yes. All right, cut. I like that scene. That scene it's really cool. Having the speeders, which was a new to the series at that point. But with everything going on, and usually we cover kind of situations that in some obscure way we can be a part of, or we've been in that situation. But in this case, it's a little more leaning towards the military side of it, and I'm not sure how the military works when it comes to insurance and their vehicles. How does that work?
So, yeah, any government agency is going to have certain different rules. But as a whole, it's going to behave basically the same. Certain rules that, and the thing that kind of applies to us most commonly is the police officer driving down the road, maybe a high-speed chase, maybe pulling somebody over, is, they do still have responsibilities, but as far as liability goes, they have much more leniency on their side in those situations, because we should be getting out of the way. Military has also different, slightly different rules, but when we're talking about just like your normal, everyday activity, liability for government vehicles typically works basically the same way. So what we would hope is if, one of the stormtroopers takes out the speeder on a normal patrol, not watching where he's going, clips a Ewok hut, whatever, causes some damage. One would hope that the Empire, or if the Empire has like a separate insurance division, which, by the way, I think there should be like a movie on that. Empire Insurance Adjuster.
Since we're doing Star Wars stories.
Right, exactly. They're obviously going to need a lot more ideas. And that's one that I would pitch, and I'd be more than willing to consult on that movie for a fee and give them some direction. But one would hope that the Empire or their insurance division would, pony up some wood to repair that. But that's not this situation, right? This is not the stormtrooper who's perhaps had a little too much drink. This is actually an armed insurrection, rebellion with these rebels stealing a bike. So that brings up some other issues, right?
That does bring up some other issues. Some of the issues could be, of course, a criminal act in stealing the vehicle, the damage that it causes while it's stolen. That would apply if it wasn't an insurrection, which is a little bit different, which is excluded from the auto policy.
Yeah, it usually is. There's usually exclusion for war and insurrection.
Yeah.
And so in this case, the insurance company or the insurance division might deny this whole thing.
Well, then who pays for that?
Well, okay, so in a situation like this, ultimately what we're dealing with is a battle in a war. And when vehicles get damaged or destroyed in a war, they're paid for in the way that it's normally paid for in a war. It's either the army replaces it or doesn't if they don't have the resources to do so, or if they decide it's just not needed. And so ultimately, what this would probably come back to is the taxpayers. Fortunately for the taxpayers is very soon after that, not to spoil the movie, but very soon after that, the emperor dies. And so more than likely those speeders are not going to be high on the priority list to replace. But all of this kind of just assumes that they are dealing with policies that are anywhere close to American policies in the 21st century. And as the movies do remind us that this took place long ago in a galaxy far, far away that perhaps has an entirely different system than ours. And if that is the case, then we have just deliberately wasted everyone's time.
Well, we did give out some good suggestions for another Star Wars story.
That's true. We might be getting a phone call at any second.
That's right. In which case, we probably won't have any more of these videos.
All right, well, thank y'all for watching. We hope you enjoy the movie this weekend or whenever you do get to see it. And we will catch you next time.